Hey beer and brew fans, and welcome to Something About Beer. Quick video this afternoon just to talk a little bit about my Cicerone, my Certified Cicerone journey, but in particular about the off-flavour training. Over the last few weeks I've been, let's say, conditioning bottles of beer to help me with the off-flavour training. My wife likes Corona. We had Corona in the house, quite a few of it, so I thought, let's try with the Corona. So what I did, I looked at 5 of the main off flavors. I looked at DMS, oxidation, I looked at light struck or skunked, I looked at acetaldehyde and diacetyl. And the way I created the defects in those beers is as follows. So firstly, I took a couple of bottles of the beer and I oxidized them by taking the cap off very carefully, and then I basically just wafted over the top of the bottle there to extract all of the CO2 out, or as much as I could, out of the headspace, and then left it there for a minute or two. So hopefully there's enough oxygen in there to oxidize the beer, and then I replaced the cap, a new cap on there, and then just put it away in my brewery. Light struck, obviously being Corona, there is a chemical in there that apparently that stops the beer from skunking too bad, from what I understand, because it's in clear bottles. However, I have done this before, and there is certainly a perceptible difference, I believe. So what I did is I put a couple of bottles out on the back porch in sunlight for 2 weeks, just basically left them there. And when I tested them, yes, there was definitely a noticeable difference. So it had skunked a little bit more, but not hugely. Now I may be particularly susceptible to that, and therefore I can pick that up. But that's one thing that I'm going to test the theory out over the next few weeks to see if that actually works. If not, then I may have to move to a different brand of beer, perhaps in a green bottle. So that was skunking. Then the others I bought, basically I bought artificial flavours. The first one was sweet corn, to mimic DMS. This was the one I found. It was pretty cheap, about £2, I think, something like that. And there's 30 ml in there. And I dosed a bottle with 2 to 3 drops of that. Actually, I dosed my first bottle with quite a lot more. I think it was maybe 5 or 6 drops. And man, that was way overpowering. I mean, it really hit you. So that was definitely too much. So subsequent bottles I've dosed with 2 drops, 2 to 3 drops, just to see how that worked. I got this one as well, Awesome Apple, to mimic acetaldehyde. Again, I just used 2 or 3 drops in that. We'll see how that works. And then diacetyl, I used this. I saw it on somebody's forum, the Loran's oils. I saw it in somebody's forum to say it's pretty good to do this kind of stuff. Now, it's a smaller bottle, obviously. This is 3.7 milliliters, so I assumed it would be extremely concentrated. So I added 2 or 3 drops of this into a bottle. I really struggled. I could not detect it. I doubled it. I still could not detect it at all. And in the end, I got up to 12 drops of this in a 330 ml bottle of Corona before I started to detect, the buttery kind of notes. Now, I don't know whether this is, the issue there, or whether it's me, that I'm just simply not, you know, my threshold to detect diacetyl maybe you know, very high. So you know, that might be a challenge for me. But I'm going to see how it goes over the next few weeks, and that's another one that I'm going to keep an eye on. I may go back to this company here to get some butter flavouring and maybe try that to see if that gives any, you know, if that changes my level of perception of butter in the beer. And then basically I just created this. I laminated this and I created two. So I have one when I'm testing the beer. I have a cup 1, 2, and 3, and then I have a test sample, which is basically the base Corona. And then there's another one of these out of sight somewhere. And what my wife does is she will take three cups, and then she will pour out those 3 cups with a beer. It could be the infected beer, or it could be the base beer. I have no idea. But then she puts the bottles on, you know, on the corresponding place here, the number, so that she can leave me and let me sort of look and taste, and then I can go and check if indeed I've got it right or not. So that seems to work pretty well for us at this moment in time anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to do this over the next few weeks to see if this works for me. It's a very low cost way of training your palate in regards to you know, the defects of what's expected for you to be able to pick up in the Cicerone exam, or at least some of them at least. I need to do a little bit more research on some of the others that are in there to see how I might be able to create a similar kind of process for some of those other off flavors. But I wanted to share that with you today and just give you a short update on my progress.
If you like what we're doing here at Something About Beer, please subscribe and give the video a like. It really does help the channel out a lot. And don't forget to ring that bell so that you're alerted to new content we're putting out.